this one, there's two hand positions we can use. One is a little bit easier to access and one is a little bit more challenging. So what I'd recommend is starting with the easier one, and then if that kind of gets a little bit too easy, you can progress to the more challenging one. So you're going to set up with your hand with your fingers pointing up to 12 o'clock, and then we want a slight bend in the elbow in this position, okay? The next thing that we want to think about is pushing the wall away, but I want to not straighten my elbow, okay? So I could push the wall away and straighten my elbow. What I want to do is keep my elbow still and then push the wall away a little bit, okay? So that just protracts our scapula a little bit. The next key, once you've got your elbow bent and you're kind of actively pushing away from the wall a little bit, we want most of the weight going through this part of our hand. So our middle finger, our index finger, and our thumb, okay? So in this position here, I've got most of the weight going through there, and I've got kind of a weightless heel on the heel of my hand here, okay? Now, from this position, once you've got all those things sorted, you're gonna sag your hips through, and then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my hand on my chest, and I'm just gonna turn and face my chest in this direction. As you do that, make sure that you keep most of the weight in that part of your hand. You should feel a decent stretch at the back of the arm, and then turn and face back, okay? One more rep, turn, and then face back in. So if you want to make that more challenging, we can put our hand into internal rotation. So we're going to take our fingers and point them to 3 o'clock now. And it's the same cues. Slight bend in the elbow, slightly push the wall away, but don't straighten the elbow out, so we get protraction of the scapula. And then from here, I'm going to sag my hips through. I'm going to make sure my weight is going through my index finger, my middle finger, and my thumb. A weightless heel. And then from here, I'm going to do the same thing. Turn, and you should feel like that gets a little bit more because we're already in internal rotation, and then we turn back out. One more time. I turn. You can see, for me, that's pretty challenging. And come.